Good evening and welcome to Friday, April 10th edition of the 802 iRacing Leagues podcast. As always, I am your host, Rob Lowell, and joining me is my co-host, Brandon Garrand. Brandon, how are you? What's turned out to be a drizzly night here in Vermont?
It's not been too bad. Just got home probably a couple hours ago, driving home through all this, so it was it was a nice morning. I'll give it that. And kind of teased us, and then I look at the weather and it looks like rain for the next week. So
Yeah,
that's fun. I don't know if we'll be at the races on Sunday now. I was kind of looking forward to
I will
my
not be.
my,
Even if they
my
race, I
plan.
will not be.
Yeah,
I
you're
have
a little
something
bit more
else to do.
busy. Yeah, you're a little bit more busy than I am. And you have a little bit further drive back from the track than I would. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, Saturday got canceled. Fingers crossed for Sunday because I like to see some live racing, but I don't have much hope for that at this point.
Yeah, I'm surprised they canceled Saturday that quick. So,
Yeah, they've been. I mean, I guess I kind of understand it, and I think they did it. They had a race scheduled before that too. I forget where it was at, but they canceled that one kind of earlier too. So
yeah.
I guess it's better. Some of these guys might be traveling further, being very limited races
Yeah.
going on right now. People want to travel just to get some racing in. So it is what it is. It's like we discussed on Tuesday. Trying to race early April doesn't always work.
Yeah, and being the fact that there was going to be um, a lot of teams would be staying up there overnight. Most hotels now require a 48-hour notice to cancel. So, you get to Thursday now. Now, even if they do cancel the races, the teams are still out hundreds of dollars in room fees. So I get it.
Yep.
So we talked Tuesday night. We talked to three of the five championship contenders, and tonight we'll talk to a fourth one. We'll talk to Jim Ott.
Number four. We'll
Yep,
talk to the fourth number
yep,
four.
yeah. Anthony Calatoni is not able to make it tonight. He was bingo on Tuesday night, and tonight is bowling night. So Anthony's busy tonight.
he,
But what we'll do
he
is we'll
he
see
likes them
maybe,
old man hobbies.
yeah, we'll see if maybe Brett can get him into the booth prior to the race on Sunday for a quick talk, so everyone can hear his thoughts on the championship battle. But before we get, so we have Jim at 7:15, and then at 7:45 we have we're gonna have another first time. We're gonna back to back first career winners on the show. Last week we had Nick Larson, and this week we're gonna have Grand Humphreys on. So Grant will be coming on at 7:45 to chat with us about he won in only his third race out in our league, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, we got a little bit relaxed show tonight. We don't have as much of the cup stuff to go over. We have nothing from the dirt side to go over. Um, and we kind of hit on the elite series we're launching on Tuesday night, so I'm not sure we have a whole lot to talk about there. So
Thursday nights.
yeah, that's Thursday nights.
Yeah, and then the Tuesday night. Yeah, I
Yeah,
with me going out of town, I didn't really get much time to discuss with our insider on the new. I'm not going to reveal our sources of what it is because I think when we do announce it, I kind of want to see if he can come on the podcast with me and have a little surprise guest. But yeah,
yeah,
when I can get a chance to chat with him, I think we're going to have some news here. I would hope by next Friday. I think we can get that discussion in. So yeah, we'll see
awesome.
what we're doing on Tuesday nights.
Sounds
But
good.
all we have to discuss really is last Friday's Busch Series race.
Which I just realized I don't even have the picture up. I don't have the picture set. Let me go get it real quick. And it's gonna kind of be how am I gonna do this?
On the fly.
Yeah, I'm gonna download it to there, and then I'll open it. Wow, things are really not. There we go, right there. Say things are not cooperating with me today. So do this, that. Okay, so last Friday night, um, we talked about Tuesday night. Johnny Barker gets the win in the 802 Busch Series. It was his first career win in the 802 Busch Series. He's a multi-time winner on the Cup side, but his first win in the Busch Series. It's Busch Series first season, so almost everyone that wins is everyone that does win is a new first-time winner, unless until they back it up again with another win. But um, Johnny got out front. I felt like the only guy that could really run with him was probably Isaac. Isaac actually got by him and drove away from him a little bit, and then Isaac had an issue coming to pit road. He missed pit road and had to go around again, and it just sunk him as far as track position.
Yeah, I think we went caution free till the very end of that race.
Yeah, with I think
So
what 2 to go.
yeah, it was really late. I was out of the race already, so
Then we had a
it
little bit of
wasn't
a
really.
yeah. We might have had one caution early, I think maybe.
Yeah, it might have been like one super early and then one really late, but nothing that really like affected like the pit strategy. Just
Yeah, we had one lap 0 for me,
oh yeah, yep, I do
and
remember
then
that one now.
yeah, and then the next one was lap 128, and then our third one was on lap 132.
Yeah,
So
so I mean, relatively clean race. Nothing that I expected out of this race. I mean, the car raced totally different than I thought it was going to. I expected a really, really, really loose setup that drove off the right rear, and I did not get that. It was tighter than even the next gen car, in my opinion. So it was very confusing, but it was still a good race. I mean, good for Johnny to finally get that monkey off his back. He's deserved a win, God, all year. So, and I like to say that I kind of helped that a little bit with my little prediction.
you did call it. So
He was due. You can only call him so many times before it actually happens. It had to happen. It had to happen, and we're getting down to the end of the season with these races.
yeah, so we had 14 cars, but it wasn't lack of quality cars. Let's run through the results real quick. I'll do the top 5, and then you can do the rest. So
Yep.
Johnny Barker wins it, as we talked about. Isaac Salas finishes second. Chad Coleman finishes third. Chad's won a bunch of these races this year. Dustin was fourth. Um, I was fifth. I was running second with on the first green white checkers, and I just spun the tires in the restart, got in the wall, wrecked some guys, um, and then we had a big wreck on the next green white on the next restart. So yeah,
That's
my
what happened. There was the one late caution, and then it came. Yep, I
yep,
remember.
I
There
spun
was
my
a couple.
tires. I think we were coming down the backstretch, coming to the white flag, like we were a lap and a half from getting it over with. Um,
Yep. But
yeah,
yeah. So after that, we got Ron Holyfield in sixth. Points leader Logan Kogar finishes seventh. Steve Ritter finishes eighth. Ryan Vaughn ninth. Rick Kennedy Jr. 10th. Joe Hudson 11th. Myself in 12th. Frank Zingen in 13th, and Bryson Anderson in 14th.
yeah, and that was the race. It was kind of low key. Wasn't really.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't overly dramatic.
It wasn't
It,
anything like the cup race on Sunday,
no,
but
it was mostly about guys that had run Homestead. I think either in a Cup car that week, or I know a couple guys do the practice Xfinity cars realized early on they had to save some tires. And you could tell who those guys were. We had a group of guys take off early, get out there, kind of come back to the pack, and then there's some cars that came up through the field before the first pit stop, and um, that really positioned that middle part of the race. We had that long green flag run was guys that burnt their stuff up early in the first run were pretty much they kind of found themselves out of contention there until we got that late caution because they dropped back so far. And it was funny because once they knew what happened, like that whole middle run after the first pit stop, green flag pit stop, the gaps between everyone stayed about the same. No one really made up time. No one lost time because everyone had figured out the same thing, how to drive it, save tires. So, um, yeah, I'm interested to see how the Busch Series races tonight at Atlanta.
Yeah.
I haven't been in the car at all, so I have no clue what it's gonna be like. But
Same. I mean, I hope it drives. I mean, I'm sure some guys liked how the car drove last week. I hope it gives a little bit more looseness, like it usually does. I mean, when my first pit stop, my all my tires were still in the 80s, except the right front was down to like 42 or 38. I can't remember. It was one of the two because that was what it was on the opposite pit stop. But both times I came in, they got to 42 and 38, and I had high 80s on the rest of the tires. So really weird. It's usually my right rear is always burned off more in the Xfinity car.
yes, I would say the same thing, and I was very happy to have a tight car. You know me, Brandon. I love tight race
Yeah.
cars. I love a tight race car. I am just good at that. That's what I like, and um, when we get a car that's you're on the right rear all night, and it's like that sound is just like fingernails on a chalkboard to me. But give me a car that I can feel my right front hard through the steering wheel. Oh, I love that. I'll figure out how to make it work. But um, so yeah, Jim should be coming on here. I don't. Oh, he is in the. I looked a minute ago. He was there. Now he is. So let's get Jim in here a little bit early and let you have some also the Busch Series to talk about. I'm gonna take that as
No,
you
I mean,
don't.
unless you want to just go over the points real quick, actually,
Yeah, let me
we can
grab
do that, and then
those.
we'll drag him in. I mean, it didn't change much, surprisingly, even though Dustin finished. I want to say 5 or 6 spots. Well, actually, it wasn't even that much.
He
At one point,
finished
he was
three
a little bit higher
spots.
up, but
Yeah, there wasn't
three
enough
spots
vehicles
better.
really.
But
Yeah.
Logan getting 2 bonus points. Dustin only gained a single point on him. So getting to that point where with the limited more numbers on Friday, I mean, it's getting nicer out. People want to do stuff
Yeah.
on Friday night, so not many people racing. It's going to be hard for Dustin to really close up that gap unless he racks off some wins here at the end of the season. But so far, it's looking like this could be Logan's, but I'm not counting Dustin out yet.
Yeah. So it's Logan Kogar leading the points. Dustin 34 points back. Um, Brandon used to third, 65 points out of the points lead. Fourth is Steve Ritter, 83 points out. Fifth is Johnny Barker, 116 points out. Sixth is Ron Holyfield, 173 back. Jorge Ledesma Jr. is seventh at 208. Cody Gibson is eighth at 214. I sit ninth at minus 237, and Bryson sits 10th at minus 245. So that's the top 10. Um, and I would say it looks like Logan is the only one that has made every start. He's made 23 starts.
Well, I got 23. I got 23.
Oh, you do? Yes, you have 23 also.
Yep.
You
Yep.
are the only two. Yep. So.
Yeah.
Um,
Unfortunately, didn't make it count enough. It was fun. It was a fun season for the first year in the Busch Series so far, and
yeah.
yeah, we still got three good tracks to go to. So
Yep. We got Atlanta tonight, Old Atlanta. We got Nashville Super Speedway next
Nashville.
week, which races really well with these cars. Raced there with Chop Shop. It was pretty good. I believe it was Chop Shop I raced there with. Then Kansas will be fun. And we haven't have we
Okay.
decided yet if we're going to do a full length race at Kansas the Busch cars too, or is that too
Uh,
much to do two
I feel
full
like
length
I feel
races?
like
That
we did, but at this point,
I think we'd have to
unless I
see
see
like
us
25
unless we
cars.
yeah, I was gonna say unless we see a surge in numbers the next couple weeks.
Yep.
Well, I say we'll make that a TBD. We'll announce that the Friday before, so like we'll know as we're racing at Gateway.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, we'll know literally next week when we're racing at Gateway or not Gateway, Nashville. Excuse me. Let's not go back to Gateway.
I'd be okay with
Yeah,
Ricky
that's all I
Gateway.
have. That's all I have. If you want to bring Jim into the booth, I'm ready.
Yeah, and I'm gonna let you take over, interview him because I'm in the championship 5, and I'll let you kind of run the ship on this one. And I'll welcome in and turn it over to you.
Yep.
Hey Jim, how you doing tonight? Welcome to the podcast for the second time this season.
Hey, good evening, guys.
All right, Jim. My turn to grill you now, buddy. I know we,
Ah,
we talk every race, but I got to grill the Wolfpack guys on Tuesday about the Championship 5, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to have to grill you a little bit. The hard-hitting questions, they're not going to be easy.
bring it on, Brandon. Bring it on, buddy.
But yeah, so basically I started off last time. I was just kind of asked like how do you feel your playoffs have gone so far? And I mean, obviously not without a little bit of adversity. I mean, especially like that first round when we both had the connection issues at Michigan. Then you had the pit road speeding at Dover, and then yeah, I mean we had a couple. I don't remember the full last round, which is crazy. I remember the first round better than the last round, but it hasn't been without adversity this whole playoffs for you.
Yeah, that's no question about that, Brandon. And it's as far as how it's been going, I would say, um, really getting stronger as the playoffs have been progressing. Like you said, we started off slow. Michigan that was the big one. And then of course Dover, really just fighting for my life just to get to the next round. Um, but since it's been solid, man, getting that win out of the way. Um, the big focus was just making it to the final 5, and even last week we found ourselves in some adversity. With the wreck that nearly took out about 4 of us. Just a bad deal there, but fought back to I think a top 10. And really, that was kind of what I was shooting for, is just make it in the next round and lock ourselves in. And, you know, now it's trying to hunker down and hit these mile and a half. Atlanta's an awesome track for me. Looking forward to it. So, yeah, I mean, it's just been stronger and stronger. Um, I I love where we're at. I've got the right guys on my side with you and Jeff, and able to bounce ideas off, and which makes me even stronger. So yeah, man, looking forward to everything. It's gonna be a gauntlet, man. I'm looking forward to what we got. Everybody's going to be giving their best stuff, so let's go.
Yeah, so you say Atlanta's one of your good tracks, and I mean you ran really good there last year. I can't remember your finish at Nashville last year, but then comes this final race, and I mean, like I was saying on Tuesday, I hope in a way like I want all 5 of you guys still be in contention to make this like last race like really epic, but obviously things can happen. But if it all comes down to that, 400 miles. But you got the endurance for the 400 miles? I know you do, but I got to ask the question. Do you have the endurance for 400 miles?
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I got it circled. That's going to be an awesome night. Regardless of where we stand, that's going to be a fun one, man. So yeah, I think all 5 of us and some are looking for that. Looking forward to that one. So, um, yeah, man. But we're going to take it one race at a time. We got Atlanta first. That's where the emphasis lies right now, and been getting some really good practice. So, the big thing this weekend is, um, as you guys know me, it's that clean air, man. I'm going to be fighting for that clean air. I'm going to be fighting to stay up front. I'm going to be that's my goal. So the emphasis right now is on qualifying.
Yeah, but then go to that clean air. I'm kind of go a little contradictory here with it, but I asked the guys on Tuesday also, like, is it something where, like, say this race goes green and you're obviously we're going through green flag pit cycles. Obviously, there's the jump, like when you get the fresh tires and all that stuff. Are you judging against the field so you can keep that clean air? Or are you being like, man, those 5 guys or those 4 guys have already pitted. I got to counter them. I can't let them jump me too much. Like, is it something where you're kind of having to balance that between just like the whole entire field and wanting that clean air versus just those 4 guys? Because you're just racing those 4 guys, really. Like, yeah, the whole field's there, but those 4 guys are what matter most.
Yeah, that's always up in the air as far as strategy. Most likely if everybody pits, hypothetically, if I'm in first place and second place car, playoff driver, Rob is pitting behind me, yeah, that does force your hand. Um, all these guys know how much fuel's in these cars, so we're not gonna we're gonna limit the pit stops, in my opinion. If we can do it on 1 stop, 2 stops, that would be the goal, right? I'm not gonna make 3, 4 stops out of a race. That just doesn't make sense. At least for me, it doesn't. Um, so yeah, it really varies. Where am I running? Um, am I better on the long runs, short runs, mid? There's a lot of variables that determine what we do.
Hey Jim, this question Brandon brings up kind of goes back to last season. You and I did this dance last year, um, with the 1-1-2 and then the pit cycles. Um, Listen to you. It sounds like maybe that's in your back of your mind, and you might play that different if it's the same scenario this year. Green flags, no cautions, and last year you did stay out. Like, I don't know if you listen to the podcast, but like Johnny's deal is he's around until the tank's empty. He made no bones about that. He doesn't get caught a lap down if the caution comes out.
Yep.
And I my exact words were, if it
Yeah,
stays green, I am doing my same strategies last year. I know when to pit to get the max. Everyone's had to pit twice no matter what. So my theory is you get the maximum you can out of your tires. You want to break it down. Last year I did. It's gonna play tomorrow Sunday on the throwback podcast. So I did 45 and 95 last year. So you did 45 laps, 50 laps, and 45 laps. And you did. I think you stayed with like 61 the first time, then 127 or 128 the second time. Um, and it was just too much to overcome. So listen to you. It sounds like knowing that you're gonna change if it stays green a little bit. And my teammate, he's gonna try to try to do what you did last year. So, um, Brandon,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I mean that's the thing. I learned a lot last year, right? So I got to do something different. In that regard. Now, car count's going to matter too. If we've got a 30 card field, that changes the dynamic a little bit. So quite a bit actually. Now you got to chop your way through traffic, and um, you're putting yourself in dirty air, and all the things you really don't want to deal with. And I can't. I get the pit road exit is sketchy, but I can't dictate me staying out because of a pit road exit. What happens happens. That's not. It can't be for me the determining factor if I cycle around if we stay green. So, um, it's really you already touched on it. What kind of time am I losing staying on the track? And I already know. So,
It looks.
that is.
I don't know
Yep.
about you, but it looks to me like the tire fall off's greater this year than it was last year. I mean,
Yeah.
anyone that practices
Yeah.
knows that by now. So, and
Well,
I'm sure
Yeah.
you've
not
been.
only
Yeah.
I'm
that,
sure
there's
you've been on the sim. So,
Yeah, no question. I think we all have, and you nailed it. I mean, the tire wear is substantially more significant. I noticed the right rear. We're going to have to take care of her. Not having that drive off would be detrimental. So, especially around lap 30 to 45, it's going to be you're going to need it most then. That's the greatest fall off. So, um, And are you in traffic too? Clean air, obviously, yeah, you can take care of your stuff a little bit better. So, um, I know it's gonna be fun, man. I know it's gonna be fun. But yeah, we all pretty much got the same idea as far as this the tire wear already.
I'm gonna pre-medicate with about 10 tums before we even start the race because it's just gonna be mind blowing. Trying to react to different situations and when to pit. Like I'm in the back of my mind, I'm just so afraid of. I just think there's gonna be yells in the middle of pit cycles because someone's not gonna. You're touching on knock it off turn two, off pit road exit. They're gonna hit that bump
Oh,
and come up on the track, or they're gonna screw up exiting the track down in turn four. Um, Neither one of those are easy approaches. So
no, they're not, and I think that bump is much greater than it was since I've been on the rig. So there's something about that bump, exiting pit road right now that man, it unsettles the car. It unloads pretty heavy, but
it's like
again,
Charlotte.
man, yeah, it
It's
might be worse. It might be worse, man.
it may be the
Yeah,
nose. You can hear it just bottom out. It just
yeah, it unloads the car like you wouldn't believe, man. Now I've played with it a few times just because I do believe it is going to be a thing. But again, man, I just can we, you know, uh, change our strategy because we're worried about someone spinning onto the track on pit road. I don't know. May have to, you know. Um, well, I guess we'll just have to see.
the other thing. I haven't tested it yet, and I'm gonna either later tonight or tomorrow morning. I'm gonna hit that bump just about as hard as I can and not spin out, and then I'm gonna come to pit road and see if it does damage. Because as hard as you hit it and as hard as you get up in the air and come back down, I gotta believe it's gonna do damage to the splitter. So that's
Yeah,
another part of it that is an unknown. I probably should have looked before this, but um, it wouldn't surprise me if it does damage either the splitter or the underbody of the car. It's that bad. So
yeah, it is, and yeah, it could. One thing I did notice because I've spun out myself already, but it does throw the car to the inside a little bit more. So say, and it probably will happen, with somebody spinning off. My hope is they stay low, they stay off the track, and racing continues. That would go anyway, right? You don't want that to, um, compromise the race and people's championship hopes. But yeah, it's part of the deal, man. It's going to be a challenge. It's one of the great challenges, at this old track, which man, I'm looking forward to. I love racing in this on the old style. You just you're forced to take care of your car and you're forced to be in certain situations here to be successful. So, and pit road's one of them.
I think that's a characteristic of all three of these tracks. I know you guys are always you're only focused on this weekend, but yeah, it's all three of these tracks are going to be taking care of your tires, managing the race, and I mean, we do have a lot of long green flag runs, and I would say that's something that pretty much all five of these guys in the championship five are really good at. You guys can all manage your tires. You all know how to just take it easy, and you all know when it's time to go. And
Yeah, no doubt about that. We're all here for a reason, man. It's
yeah,
you know, we're all here for a reason. Doesn't matter how we made it. We made it. It's been a gauntlet for the last couple of rounds for sure.
yeah, it has.
So, I mean, shit, look at the position Rob was in. I mean, shit, dude, like we didn't think he was going to make it and here he is, like we had some stuff happen. It could happen to any of us. So, good or bad. But yeah, man, it's everybody here is well deserved and they've earned, the opportunity to be here. I'm certain that we are all prepared and more than we ever have been. This is something that I want badly, man. I want a championship. It mean the world to me to finish out with being on top, especially following Jeff from last year, and you know it's that'd be pretty special.
Yeah, and I mean, what better teammate to have than the defending champion who can? I mean, we all know how good Jeff is pretty much everywhere, so he's one of the best people to lean on. Just I would say data wise, because like he does have a lot of the programs that really help you with. Okay, so that's what my average. And you know it. I mean, you're
Yeah,
always asking during the race. You love the
yeah,
data.
I
You
do love the
love the
data.
data. You do.
Yep, I am data driven, man,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's helped so much, man, and having you as well. But yeah, man, Jeff and I have leaned on each other all season. It's been the best season I've had as far as enjoyment and just overall, competition and just getting better and better, man. And having Jeff has been nothing but an asset for myself, and I think him as well. Him and I have a very similar driving style, and we do lean on each other for quite a bit of the data. And if you notice, we're always next to each other on the track. If that's not qualifying, it's a race. We're right there. It's pretty cool, man. But that's really just us, understanding and adapting through a race and just bouncing the ideas off each other. And, you know, uh, yeah, man, it's not going to be any different these last three races.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm not biased or anything, but like we'll do whatever we can to help, and I'm usually not as fast. I have my moments, but I like to do what I can whenever it's like some information just to spit at you guys, just what my tires are doing and all that stuff. And yeah, it's honestly at the beginning of the season, I didn't know how our team was gonna work. I mean, we all haven't really talked much before, but it didn't take long for us to really all just the camaraderie during the races has been a lot of fun, and I think that's another thing that can ease the tension sometimes, as we all have had our heated moments this season. We've all been able to really like calm the other one down in those moments also.
Yeah, man, and you're right about that. The camaraderie has been really special. This is the first time just kind of taking a chance and being on a structured team like I have this year. And, I owe it to you and Jeff. I've always kind of been that lone wolf, and this year it's a pretty big change, and I love it, dude. Having you guys has been an absolute thrill for me, man. I look forward to every Sunday, and you two are a large part of it. It's been a lot of fun, man. It's been a lot of fun, but at the same time, learned a lot, and yeah, I look forward to continuing this team and see what we can do next year. But we got a championship to win first, so
Yeah, it would be a great maiden season for the team. But even if not, I mean, it's still been a hell of a season, and you're guaranteed top five in points at least. Like that's a bonus. So, look, I mean, I try to look at the glass half full there. So at least you're top five, but I know you're gonna do everything you can over these next three races. I mean, you got the speed to go out there and get bonus points. Yeah, I mean,
I
I
think
wish
that's it too, Brandon. Yeah,
yeah, like bonus points are not. That's another thing I asked the other guys. Like, are you chasing bonus points or like?
yeah,
It's not. Yeah, yeah.
it's a
Like
big
you
deal,
don't.
man.
Yeah. So like, what the way I kind of phrased it to them was like, are you gonna risk staying out to gain like a bonus point randomly, like whether that be like on a caution or like staying out during like a green flag cycle, trying to be that last one to stay out, but like we talked about earlier, you're losing so much time. So is it like something where like you're gonna take some extra risk to get those couple bonus points, or is it just more like if they're kind of within like an arm's length, you're not gonna like jump and leap for them, but if they're there to be able to grab easily, like obviously you get the pole, it's really easy to lead a lap then. So like, if you get the first bonus point in the night, it almost makes that second one even easier to get.
Yeah, I'm not a big chaser of the bonus point. If it's there, and I gotta stay out one lap longer to lead a lap, early in a race, yeah, I'll probably do it, right? It just makes sense. But
Yeah.
I'm big picture too, if I think I can win this race or if it's going to compromise, losing a spot to one of the playoff drivers, yeah, there's a chance I'm probably not going to do it. I'm looking at the big picture in that final, the finish. So, again, it all depends. It all depends on where we are on the track and how the race is going, and yeah, you don't know until you're in that situation and if it's even worth it.
I was the same answer as you, Jim. It's this league is so hard to pass and get track position in. We have so
Yeah,
many good guys that I mean, you stay out one extra lap at Atlanta, you're gonna lose. If it's 40 laps in a run, you could lose 2.5 seconds. And easy too, maybe 2.5, and that could be 3 spots on the track. So you give up 3 points to get one. To me, the math doesn't math there. So
no,
um,
no,
it's just I wanted to go back to just talk about perseverance. Your first round was so you had the connection issue, and then you had the Dover, and you were almost 2 laps down at Dover at one point. And you were looking like you're gonna be like 14th, 15th, and you got a top. Would you end up fifth or sixth?
six,
Six.
six,
So you got
yeah,
top six
yeah,
out of it. I mean that you just ground that out, and to me, you can look at the second round, and similar with me and Johnny, we just ground like Homestead out. That's been the difference I feel for 2 or 3 guys each round that the grinding it out paid off for them, and it hurt other guys. So um, I love your never give up attitude, and it's like someone can be 8 tenths faster than running you down, and you have that same grinding mental attitude there. Like you're not the guy that's gonna lay down for them, and I love that. So one of the reasons I love having this lead and racing against you is anytime you pass you, you know you've earned it.
yeah,
You
man.
know,
I love that. I
yeah,
love that, and I appreciate that, man. It's clean. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, man, it's I kind of a little bit of Ryan Newman in me at times. Oh, yeah, but no, I really appreciate that, man. It's a compliment. It truly is. Same with you guys. It's a lot of respect on both sides. I think we can see that on the track and off the track. So, um, yeah, that's a true compliment, Rob, and I appreciate that. And it's part of the enjoyment I've been having all season as well.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I got much else. To
I
ask the
no
other
no
guys.
way I shut you down, Brandon. That was
No,
it. That was
I
the
think
test.
yeah, it was a pretty easy test. I didn't grill the other guys too hard. I did, however, tell everyone I was rooting for them. So obviously, I'm rooting for you too. And I
Yeah,
will
man.
say this might be the one that's the most true. But yeah, I mean, obviously, when you're talking and you're in a team with somebody for the whole year, I mean, obviously that's the guy I'm going to be rooting for the most. It would have been really hard if both you and Pogo were in there, but it also would have made the odds a little bit better. So I don't know, but I'm happy for you that like after the roughness, like we said, the perseverance, the way you just grind it all the way to these finals, and yeah, I think you can. I think you can grind right through this, and I think you can win this championship. And yeah, I mean, I'm pulling for you. I mean, the four car, that's the one I'm rooting for. I mean, I've rooted for a four car my whole life, so ain't no different this week. These next couple weeks.
No, man, appreciate it. It's again, man, everybody here has deserved it, and we're gonna see what everybody has, and everybody's gonna be very, very well prepared, most they ever have been, and um, it's just gonna get even better. So I'm excited for it. I'm up for the challenge. You know, I I'm ready, man. I'm so excited for this and prepared, and I think we all are, man. It's been a hell of a season, and this is the way you want to see it. You know, kind of show itself at the end.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Like, there's parts of me that's like, I just want to watch these races because as much fun as it is racing out there, like I don't get to see like I want to see like what you five are doing throughout the race. That's what I want. I just want eyes glued. So I'm gonna hopefully, obviously, I know what you're doing because we'll be talking. But yeah, it's gonna be really exciting, and I can't wait to see how it all shakes up. And I'm really excited for when we get to Kansas and you guys are all still racing for this thing, because that's where we talk about like, yeah, the strategy's kind of cut and dry here in Atlanta where it's a two stopper. That's not cut and dry. I mean, we'll all practice, but for the length of that race, it's gonna be something fun. So we got two more to get to before that one, but Jim, I just want to say thanks for coming on again, and I wish you the most luck out of all these guys, and I'm gonna do everything I can to help you. And yeah, it's been a great year for you so far, at least. But let's not end it here. As
Yeah,
Kobe Bryant said, the job's not done.
that job's not done. That's right, man. No, it's a pleasure being on again, guys. I do appreciate it. Hopefully we can get some more here in the future, and um, again, looking forward to Sunday.
Okay, Jim. Thanks for coming on. Looking forward to racing with you the next 5 races. I look forward to racing with you every week. One last question, real quick. 30-second answer, if you could. What were your thoughts when we had 31 when you saw there was gonna be 31 cars at Homestead? Because you were probably feeling pretty good at plus what 9, right, over the cut line. We've been getting I think 20 cars a week before, and all of a sudden there's 31. Were you like,
Yeah,
oh shit, no one's safe? Because that was my thought.
yeah. I mean, I especially after I qualified, man, I'm like, oh boy, my work's cut out for me tonight, and then yeah, it put you in a very interesting spot, man, because we're watching all these positions and trying to figure out where everybody's running. So yeah, it was it was a challenge to kind of understand where we needed to run. I was good as far as speed. I felt like you know I was okay there, but then we got in trouble pretty in a really awkward spot of the race, and that was the uh-oh moment for me when we had that incident. But um, you know, kind of like you said earlier, man, had to persevere through that, and I think we end up getting a top 10. But um,
Yeah, you were what, eighth, I
yeah,
believe. Yep. I think eighth.
yeah, I mean, I couldn't be happier about that, man. What a strong field, right? And yeah, it was interesting. I'll say that, Rob. It was
I
definitely
was I was
interesting.
ecstatic with the 11th after the way my night was going.
Right,
That felt
right,
like a
yeah,
win, you
man.
know.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
19th with 7 to go. I was
yeah.
the
You had a
last
hell
car
of
on
a
the
run,
lead
dude.
lap. Well, I had a Hail Mary. I just said I'm gonna ride here for 8 laps and hope these guys burn their right front up racing each other, and maybe I can go up there and get through them with a nice cool right front. And it actually worked out. So that's one of the
Yeah.
few times my fucking wild ass guesses work. So even a blind squirrel's lucky once in a while. Finds a duck.
No, that's perseverance, though, Rob. That's the definition of perseverance for you right there, man. So, yeah, you grinded all night, and I mean, shoot, you were what 3 laps down at one point, am I something like that?
Yeah, but
So,
it's bittersweet because doing it, I know I'm knocking one of my teammates out. So
yeah, I mean, no
was it gonna
different
be
for me.
was it gonna be
Yeah,
Johnny or was it gonna be Steve?
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's for me, it's still hard to see Jeff not making it, and I mean, we all know that Jeff was one of the, if not the strongest guy, with in this field, and here we are, and Jeff's outside looking in. It's
Yep.
yeah, I get it, man. It created a lot of interesting moments, and yeah, and here we are.
the play the playoffs did exactly what, like, I remember before we discussed it and we kind of like were crossing off like we kind of thought. I mean, yeah, the playoffs totally did not end up how I thought they would. Um, yeah, it really puts it on. I mean, we're not obviously on the level of the Cup Series, but like I can kind of feel like that pressure that they were feeling in them 3 races. Like, holy smokes!
Hey, we got 13 minutes to get John in before his race, so
Yeah,
not
all
trying
right,
to rush
but,
you off, Jim, but we gotta get
Nope,
John in
nope.
here real quick.
You guys are good, man. I appreciate it again, and I'll see you Sunday.
Okay, see you, bud. Okay, we're gonna get John right in here. I told Tyler we're gonna.
I didn't even
Grant,
I didn't
we're gonna
even
push
see
him back.
John in there.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, he made it. So let's get John in here. Okay, joining us now. You haven't seen him in 2 seasons, folks. Season 4 champion, 9-time winner of that season, John Ross. John, how you been, my friend?
Man, I will tell you, I read the the news announcement that you put out. Very, very flattering, but been fantastic. And see, we got a lot of the same competitors up here at the top, going out for this top 5 here. 3 races to go. Man, I cannot be more excited to see what's going to happen here in these 3 races.
I got heartburn over it.
I feel relaxed. I'm good about it. I mean, I would rather be racing for it, but to see the see the pressure these guys are under for 3 races. I mean, John, luckily when you were in the series, we didn't do that. We got to just race old school all the way through the points, and I don't think you had as much heartburn as these guys are going to deal with these next 3 races.
Yeah, I will tell you, Brandon, and you know, it's really funny because, you know, when you look at this and the next gen is so different, right? We've went through a couple of different iterations and updates since I ran in 802, and the car has changed a lot. You know, you can run the top line, especially so interested to see what's going to happen here at Atlanta because that top line was strong even when I was running it, but the bottom line will save a little bit of tire. So you're going to have comers and goers. It's going to be a blast. And yeah, it's always hair. I think I heard Rob say, "Hey, you know, it was great that I got in, but I had to bump a teammate out." But you know, that's the way that these playoffs go. And man, I can't wait to be in the booth Sunday and watch all of the action.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, John's coming back to be the Grand Marshal, and then he's gonna hop up in the booth and do the race with Brett. So, John, why don't you tell the folks what you've been doing since you left the series? I know you've done some broadcasts on your own, so why don't you fill people in on that and just give us an update on your racing?
Yeah, I did a little bit of broadcasting, couple of seasons through that with some Gen 4 cars and some other cars, and of course I've kept the next gen pretty near and dear to my heart. That was when I started iRacing, the next gen had just come out, so that was kind of the car that I jumped in initially and ran in that A class. So that's kind of the one that I learned from. But I've been doing a lot of next gen racing. We've amassed some pretty good finishes. I got a couple of other championships under my belt, but man, nothing is quite like what we had that season. It really was magical season. And just so that we all know, Brandon, I know you and I had an issue there at the Glen. So I want to clear the air there. So because I know you and I have never had enough time to talk because I've always wanted a BG Graphics car. And I've always been afraid to ask you, but I do.
Buddy. You were good.
Yeah, I do apologize about that, but very, very excited to be back. I really am happy to get back in the booth because I want to see really how these cars react. I know, Rob, you and I were talking, and a lot of great talent here at 802, a lot of great race car drivers. I just really want to see how this competition is going to stack up here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Whoa. And going back to you and Brandon at the Glen, I mean, yeah. do you guys think that was the nexus and what got the Glen's current sponsor in there? I mean, it was kind of like a bowling thing going on there. John, you locked up your front tires and slid into them there, and I mean, maybe you guys are the whole reason they got that sponsorship.
It's very possible. It's very possible, and if we are, I'm waiting for a little compensation.
I was like, where's your guys' cut?
I agree. I've got some sponsorship opportunity on the car. You know what I mean? We'll throw that out there. But but when you bring it back, we're all able to laugh about it in the moment. Always stakes are high and emotions are high. But man, that season, not only just from the wins that I was able to get, and I went back through and looked, and a lot of those were lucky scenarios that happened. I can think of Michigan. I think if you and Johnny did not separate there, Rob, I think our team was probably third, fourth, and fifth. But, when you look back, we could have easily lost those. It was just a fantastic, magical season for us. And, And yeah, Brett and I got together. I think we kind of left each other alone outside of that particular race, but man, tensions were high, but now we can get back and look at it like we're brothers.
Oh,
Yeah, that's just
I wrecked Brandon twice last
heat of the
year.
moment,
So
heat of the moment type stuff. And I mean, you talk about the competition still here in the 802, John. What's it going to take to get you to run with us?
Well, listen,
'Cause-
I've always loved 802. It's to me it's always felt like home, and Rob and I have had a lot of conversations. I've really thought very well with 802 and everything that's happened. I've went on and done my own thing. I've done a lot of travel for work outside of iRacing, and I think that slowed me down a little bit. But Rob and I were talking, man. I don't know. Maybe this Sunday series, you might see that 44 car come back.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, I don't know how busy you are during the week, but we got that new Elite Series starting too on Thursdays with the next gen. So, couple possibilities, just throwing them out there. But yeah, it would be fun to see the 44 back on track, and
well,
I'm excited to have you come in the booth.
We're gonna see it this
Brett
week.
this Sunday. Oh yeah, that's true. There will be the John Ross throwback this week that Johnny Barker's running, so that'll be cool to see. I just finished that up, and yeah, slapped a. Looks a little different with a 6 on there, but I think I think it'll be just as fast. You got one of the better drivers out there to wheel that thing, and yeah.
Hey,
now Johnny said he picked that paint because he knew you were in the booth and he knew you'd be biased towards it.
yeah,
You gonna be biased?
I probably will, yeah, to be quite honest with you. But, I feel like when you look at Johnny and Johnny's ability to race, and we can go down through the top 5, but, Johnny is really good on mile and a halfs, and his car is always stable. He always takes care of his tires, but he's quick on fire off too. And I think that's what makes Johnny so dangerous is because on fire off, he's very quick and he saves that right front. And you're going to need to do that here at Atlanta, and I think he could do that. And Rob, I even when we get in the booth, I'm going to look to you too. Nick Larson is always going to be fast, and I see that he won a race, and congratulations to him. I've always seen Nick as kind of a front runner early, and then he starts to fade. So I'm going to be interested to see how that happens and how these comers and goers are. But Johnny's always been great at being able to save that tire and be quick throughout the run, and so he is going to be a dangerous cat here at Atlanta.
I can tell you, Johnny loves leaning on the right rear. And tonight we did an hour practice session, and myself and Steve Ritter, and Johnny was practicing leaning on the right rear, but then getting back on the right front and alternating back and forth, trying to keep his tire wear. And Johnny's gonna be very, very dangerous this weekend.
Yeah,
He's
I can see that. I can see that. And Atlanta, the old Atlanta really plays into that because you're going to have a little bit, you can run that low line, but there is a line a little bit later on the run with the rubber lays down on the top and the bottom line where you can kind of go in about mid lane and kind of ride the brakes a little bit, get that thing to start to cut down, and then you can throttle off. And if you can get a stronger exit, you can really extend that straightaway. And that might be where you and Johnny are really going to excel because you two guys really understand those mile and a half. So very excited to see what's going to happen, man. I can't wait to get in the booth and call it with Brett.
Yeah, so I've struggled this week running that line. Um, Bad enough that today I went and watched last year's race I won, and I watched the season 1 race I won to see if I was doing it right. Um, and I'm doing it the same way, and Johnny's doing it the same way, and it's just getting free late apex out way more than it used to. And then talking to Jim before you, Jim's seeing the same thing. The track is vastly different than we've ever had before. So I don't know if it's the build or if they've put more age into this track with the last update to it, but it's not the track that we've all raced the last 2 or 3 years. So um, I'm still searching, trying to figure it out. Um, First run tonight, Johnny was gone, and then the second run, um, I got by him and Steve and kind of got away from him. But I wouldn't say any of us were what we normally are at that track. So I'm kind of nervous about it. I'm really nervous about guys that haven't put some time in the sim this week, taking out any of the championship guys because um, If you go in there thinking that's what we've raced years past, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point, and I think everybody, knowing those top 5 drivers and really focusing on those and making sure that you don't get in their way or impede them. You want to be competitive and you want to run, and you've got some drivers, Jeff and Ritter and Hudson and even Eli and Frank. They're all going to be competitive out here, and they're going to want to win a race. But you've really got to watch those top 5 drivers. But I completely feel what you're saying, because those next gen cars now, especially after that last update, it just feels like that center of that turn, that apex drive, it's what's going to be tremendously important. How can you roll the center of that car, get it to cut back down, and then start adding throttle? And the sooner you can add throttle, save that right front, that thing is going to be fast on the long runs, but maybe not so fast up front. So we're going to have some of those drivers like Jim Ott. Jim Ott is a great fire-off driver. Is he really going to push that pace early and have everybody chase him? Or are the comers like you and Barker and Nick really going to focus on that saving tires that come up? So it's going to be a lot of little storylines throughout that race.
I'll save the drama if I qualify up towards the front, because I'm going to try to get the bonus point. Expect me by lap 10 to be about 15th. I'm going to drop like a rock.
Yeah. Yeah, that's typical Rob Lowe fashion, though. Like, that's typically what you do, and then you come back at the very end of it. So, we'll see what happens. I'm really excited to see it. Completely different car, completely different track than I think even what I ran it on. So I'm just really excited to see you guys run.
And I know we're up against 8 o'clock stop for you probably before that, because you probably need to get in the sim, right? You're racing Vegas tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna run Vegas tonight. We've got a full length Friday night race. I don't know why I'm going to run a full length, but we're gonna do that, and we got Vegas tonight. So I'm gonna hop over there. It's the next gen car.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, super excited to see it. So many great things going on by 802. I've seen in the Discord all the great things, Rob, Brandon, that you guys got going on. All of the leagues and series that you've got. Man, it's just the growth of it's been tremendous. I'm really happy to be a part of it. Really happy to come back Sunday and get in the booth here with Brett.
Thanks, John. I want to say, behind the scenes, I reach out, every few weeks to pick your brains on stuff. It might be driving the car, it might be stuff about the league, it might just be equipment stuff, like sim equipment stuff. But really appreciate that and the friendship that you've shown me in the league, and look forward to having you back Sunday night.
Yeah, here anytime, guys. Brandon.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm here.
Virtual hug, my friend. Virtual hug, my friend.
Buddy, we are good. Big bear hug right there. Yeah, I hope to see you back on track too. I mean, it's going to be great to have you back Sunday, but it'll be fun to have you back on track too. So until Sunday, I want to say thanks for coming on in this quick little spurt while you could, and yeah, we'll be talking to you soon, John.
You can always
appreciate
Nashville,
it, guys. John. Yeah. I see Nashville is coming up next Sunday. So and then you've got Kansas. Oh my goodness, what a great 3 races to finish this series off with.
Kansas is also a full length race, so that's.
Oh yeah. Well, listen, I'm happy to be back with you guys. Happy to talk to you guys again. Can't wait to get in the booth and call this race. Super excited about it. Really appreciate everything you guys have said about me. Really happy and thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay, good luck tonight.
All right, thanks guys.
Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Oh, it's great to have John back on the air with us and back involved in the league, and I think him and Brett are going to have a lot of fun in that booth on Sunday night, Brandon.
Yep, and I didn't realize John had broadcasting experience. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the hardest thing to do, but if you're doing all the controls and stuff like that's where it's really technical. But talking on the mic, that's the fun part. So it'll be good to have the banter with him and Brett going back and forth, and he's put on for a great broadcast.
He's got that Roger Muff sound to him. Did you notice that?
Yeah, he's got that like announcer voice.
Yes, he does. I mean?
Like there's those guys that they just have that voice where it's like, maybe I don't want to see him on TV, but that when it's just like MRN. I love listening to MRN and watching the race.
Yeah, let's get Grant in here.
Yep.
Okay, join us now. Appreciate him wait in the green room a little bit longer. While we got John in. John was up against a hard stop at 8 for the his league race he's got going on. But joining us now is Grand Humphrey, the winner at Homestead, in his third career start with us. Grant, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you all?
Not bad.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, Grant. You know, not as good as a race winner earlier in the week, but you know, we're doing as good as we can. Or somebody that just qualified for the championship. So I'm probably the lowest on this podcast right now, but I'm still having a great week.
What? Okay, so you beat your twin brother Tyler for the win, and it was his first race with us.
Barely.
Be 100% honest with us. As you're in a drag race down the front stretch, is part of your brain going, "Why the hell did I talk him into racing with us tonight?"
Oh no, I definitely want him to come run with us. I just was like, oh man, I thought he was so close to pass me across the line. I was like, I almost screwed up there, but
yeah, I went back
he's
and
always
watched
beat
it.
me. I don't think we didn't touch it all
No,
because
you guys didn't.
I hit the
You guys
wall.
didn't touch it all.
Yeah, because I hit the wall, and that's almost what screwed me up, trying to not get into him.
What did you think of Mike Kelly's call off for turn 4? I mean, I cracked up laughing, and I'm racing for a transfer spot in the playoffs. You must have been chuckling as you came down the front stretch, weren't you, to hear Mike Kelly key up and give the Barney Hall style call there?
I think I was so focused, I don't even know if I heard him say anything. I was so focused.
He had the tunnel vision, being like, he better not pass me. He better not pass me. He's gonna pass me. That's what you're thinking, like those last couple seconds. He's gonna pass me. He's gonna. And then you get to the line, you look, you're like, oh, thank God he didn't pass me.
Yeah, with like the last 5 laps, I was like, oh, he is catching me quick. He had that bottom side moving. I was shocked he had it moving that quick.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it was his first race, your third, and I will say I think this is the first time we've had brothers finish 1-2, so that's an accomplishment. But first 3 races, I mean, I think I could be mistaken, but I feel like you've been top 5 in all 3 races. Am I right, Rob?
Yes, he has.
Yeah, that's correct.
So
he has not been off the podium or off top 5.
Yeah.
He's got a first, a third, and I believe a 5th. Correct? Yes, a 5th.
Yeah,
he was behind me at Gateway.
I mean, just going off that, I mean, what have been like? Obviously, you're new to the league. What have been your thoughts coming over to the league, like with the racing and all that stuff, and like in your mind?
It's a lot cleaner than what I expected, so I'm super stoked about that. It seems like every race is dirty, but these have been, all 3 have been great, really.
I know you're coming from a league that is, I want to say it's 40 to 50% fuel load, right? Over at Outcast?
It's 50.
50. And you guys run stage races, stages, so your racing's broke up pretty good, even without cautions. What's it been like for you to have to come in and adjust to no stages, a full fuel load, and guys that will, when you go in the corner, will give you 1 lane and 1 lane only, and they expect you to hold it? Like,
Yeah, I don't know, the whole fuel load thing and wearing out tires, that really hasn't bothered me because I think that's what I struggle with so much in my other league is I don't use my tires to their full potential like I am here. So I feel like I do a pretty good job saving. So that seems like that's helped me so much, and I definitely like how everyone's able to move around in this league a lot more. I don't know, they just don't fight so hard that they're gonna cause wrecks like the other league.
I think that's probably a product of the shorter fuel load and like, and this is not like me bashing like another league. It's just I think with those leagues you have to be more aggressive and you have to get your track position as best as you can. Where and this in our league, it's a spaced out race. You know, you don't even know if there's going to be cautions. We've gone caution free, like you've seen it, and that lends to people being less aggressive in the beginning of a run and really trying to conserve stuff, and then that's what gives the field enough room to, in a way, spread out and then you can race your way back up through the field. I mean, a lot of people do it every week. So I think it's just a product of like the situation that you're in with most. I wouldn't even consider the fuel load. I think it's the cautions and the stages that like people know. All right, I'm getting a caution at this point. I can come in and get my tires on then. Like I know how hard I can run right now. Where in ours, you don't know. You don't know if you're going to get that caution. You could pit, and then you do get that caution, and it ends up screwing you over. So there's just a lot more to I think about when you don't know when cautions are coming.
And
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
the other part I'd say, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on it, Grant, because I'm not sure this is the first time other than officials, you've raced like this. Um, is the no fast repair in a league race. Um, to me, that's the biggest thing that we added this year that cleaned up our racing. And
Yep.
don't get me wrong, we've I don't think we've had a season in probably 4 seasons that we haven't had we always have multiple caution-free events. And usually they're the harder races. Like Atlanta's gone caution free 2 or 3 times since the 5 seasons before this. Um, but I think the no fast repair is huge on cleaning up racing because guys can't be super aggressive because they know if I
Yep.
screw up and wreck, I'm done. Whereas you get a fast guy in a league that has fast repairs, they're way more likely to stick it in there and push the envelope because if I wreck, I'm just gonna go get another car and I'll have new tires on top of it. So
Yeah, I think that's another thing too that has gotten more into I won't say cautious racing, but more just awareness. Like you don't want to take somebody else out too because they also don't have fast repairs. And it's funny to think, Rob. At one time we had 2 fast repairs. Just seems crazy at this point that we did that.
yeah. Um, do you like the no fast repair grant so far?
So far, I do. It's definitely a thought in the back of my mind the whole time. Like, yeah, I can't go in and I maybe get damage fixed, but there's not even a guaranteed caution. So I mean, you don't want to screw up at all. I mean, even wheel damage. I mean, that could cost you uh, multiple positions, and so I mean, it definitely makes you a smarter racer. I feel like.
So we're going to Atlanta this week. Do you like Old Atlanta? Do you not like Old Atlanta? What are your thoughts?
I loved it when we ran there last time. I think me and you have run there before practice wise too, and I love it. I just know you can get out there and get super loose out of four. So uh,
Have you
just saving your stuff is the biggest thing it seems like there.
have you run it for full fuel load yet? I know you and I ran I think it was what was it a recruitment race with Outcast right there, um, or was it?
I don't know what it was, but I don't know if I've ever run it with a full fuel load or not yet.
I will tell you, it's way freer than with this smaller fuel load. That tail weight just makes the car initial turn-ins a little bit. You're a little bit tighter getting in, but once the car rotates, it just wants to keep rotating. So um,
Oh, I love hearing that. Love hearing that.
yeah, but you're not gonna like the tight entry, Brandon. I know you hate a car that's tight on entry. So
I'll slap the rear brake to it, and I'll end up like I did at Homestead where I slam on them a little bit too hard and end up in the wall.
you and
But
your 29% for brake bias.
it was 33, and
I remember somewhere you showed me your setup one time. And it was like 24%, and I was like, "You are twisted. You're a sick individual."
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
If I ran that, I would never get on pit road safe.
Yeah, no.
I will say it's you guys are part of the trend. They all call me crazy when I tell everybody that. But yeah, you just gotta be easy coming to pit road.
Nashville, Kansas, and Atlanta. Those three, Grant. Which one are you looking forward to the most?
Um, Probably Atlanta. I knew that I was good there when in the other league. I don't know if I've ever even run Nashville in the Cup cars. I know I did in the trucks back in I don't know 2020 or so. So it's been a little while since I ran there. And then Kansas, I did not run very good there in the other league, but I'll have to try and figure something else out because I'd like to run good.
And if
I mean, I was gonna say the
six,
attrition of Kansas is gonna be 400 miles.
you got 267 laps to figure it out.
Yeah. Tyler will have to help me figure that one out. He'll be winning a race, I'm sure, soon. He's quicker than I am. I was able to get him this race.
Um, I know you went over with Brett on the broadcast, but not everyone listens to the broadcast, and we usually ask first time guests, what do you race on? What do you have for equipment?
Wheelbase, I've got the Azatec Invicta. It's 27 Newton meters, so I think yours has me beat by just 1 Newton meter. Uh, I run like a Formula wheel too right now. I want to get another round wheel, but and then I've also got the V&M light pedals. They're awesome. I've got a V&M sequential shifter right now. It also doubles as an H pattern, and then I've got a SimMotion cock uh 80/40 aluminum cockpit, and then I just run on a 34-inch ultra wide.
I feel
Uh,
like we hear a lot of ultra wides, Rob. Like,
you do, and I actually posted in our general chat today um, about the head tracking,
yeah,
and
I saw that.
a lot of guys run that on ultra wides, and you can do it on triples, and I may look into that because then when you turn your head, the view shifts to the right, and it looks.
Yeah, I
Probably just one
haven't
more
got
thing
to look at that yet.
probably one more thing to screw me up, but yeah,
I mean, I've wore the straight up VRs, and I will say, like, it is pretty wild. Like, you sit in there and you're looking all around, and you're like, it's like I'm sitting in a race car. Literally, like I've sat in like a modified. I know exactly what a dirt modified looks like, and like you get in that, Rob, and like I'm looking around. I'm like, this looks exactly like if I sat in one. Like
which
it's
yeah,
the detail like inside the cockpit still is just wild.
they spend a whole day at Stewie's shop scanning
Yeah,
what it
scanning
is.
that thing. Yeah,
Yep, that's why it's got HFR on the headrest, the back of the headrest.
yeah.
So,
They all gotta
um,
be big nails too, you know.
yeah, well, let's face it, 90% of the modifieds out there
Yeah, that's
today are
all they
Mick
are.
Mills. So, um, Grant, just out of my own curiosity, you run your Invicta wheel at full strength in their software, or do you tone it down in the software?
I think I run at 18 Newton meters. I know I have they come up with like a safety thing. I know that I've got that like where it doesn't have that anymore, but it'll rip the steering wheel out of your hand if you hit the wall wrong. I do know that, and it does not feel good when it hits you.
I have been running mine at the full 28 in game in the software, and luckily at Homestead I didn't get stuck in the wall. If you get Velcro to the wall, it rip it right out of your hands. But um, I think I'm about to tone it down because I'm not going to make it 26/7 laps. Um,
Yeah, at Homestead when I got up in the wall, normally I just downshift into fourth, and I was able to pull it away from the wall. I was never up there that hard until that last lap. That was the only time I really got into the wall super hard.
yeah, like you ran the wall a lot, and I think any of us that ran the wall, we'd get into it here and there. I was trying to run those guys down at the end, and I got within probably 2, 3 car lengths of Johnny, and I was shocked at just how much that affected me getting into three. It just I went hard on the wall because he took the air off the nose of me, and luckily you were up front towards the end there, and you didn't have that problem. Um, can you explain to our listeners? I know because I ran it quite a bit. I know Brandon did too, but explain to them the difference from getting in the wall and not getting in the wall on entry. Like, what would you say if you missed your mark by how much were you in the wall? Because I think it'll shock some people.
Probably just by a couple of feet. I mean, I, I don't even remember where I was braking at this point, but I know if I missed it, it slid right up there. I mean, and the dirty air depended on it too. I mean, who was the Parker guy? I think he's 81,
Josh
I
Parker.
Oh
believe.
yeah, yeah, Josh
Yeah,
Parker. Yep.
he kept aero blocking me on the high line, so that was tough. At one point, I was able to get a lane higher than him running the wall, and I think that's where I got my big runs from, was when I could finally get some clean air up by the wall.
So
Yeah,
But
I love running the wall. That's most tracks. If there's an outside lane, that's where I'm trying to run. But yeah, it's like you said, you get behind that one car that's aero blocking you a little bit. It just gets so tight where it almost isn't worth running up there in a way. You got to try to get a little bit below them, get a little bit of clean air on there, but they really take your line away up top, and it's just not easy.
yeah, another thing I was doing is I'd get in the center of the corner, I'd push the throttle all the way down, and lift back out, and then ease back into it. It helped rotate so much better. I think my brother was saying that Denny Hamlin does the same thing. I wasn't really aware of that. I just kind of figured it out as I was trying. I think that's what helped me not burn up my tires up there as bad either.
did
Yeah,
you?
I've noticed since they put the telemetry on the screen, I'm a lot like Denny Hamlin, and I don't like saying that, but just like the way his foot pedals are sometimes, where it's just like always spiking up and down. I've noticed it's very similar to what I do. So yeah, I kind of know what you mean about like getting it spiked up so it starts to rotate, and then you just ease back into it.
I could have told you were like that, Brandon, 3 years ago. Because you'll be next thing you hear, wah, 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 wah. It's like, holy fuck, his foot's gonna get tired.
Can't
So,
admit that I'm Denny Hamlin though, but he's alright, I guess.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I know, right?
Grant, is this the first time you run in a league where you have multiple guys that are over, say, 4,000 I rating? Or do you even
I
realize
think
that? Do you realize you beat six guys that are all over 3,700 I rating?
Yeah, I was like, I should not be running up here with these guys. I was shocked because there's a bunch of good guys in this league. So I really don't even see where how the league is, or that race was a 2,300 strength of field, because it seemed like everyone was above that.
Um, because we have some guys that are below
Mine's below too.
1,200, but
I don't run like any officials.
yeah, and what I'll say is
I can't remember the last time I ran an official.
I know we just went and recapped our Sunday Night League at 300. And I did that just kind of to make some guys feel a little bit better. But
Well, and
I'm a
we have the open one on Thursday.
yeah
Now too, so.
yeah we've opened up the Thursday one, but I'm a big believer that I rating means absolutely nothing because there's so many guys on the sim that just run leagues now. Um, I know we have four or
Yeah,
five
I
guys that
agree
are
with that.
2,300 that are like
Yeah.
under 2,300 that probably haven't run a league an official race in 3 or 4 years. Hold on one second. Let me look at. I got one I'm going to look at right now.
I want to say I've run less than 10 this year. The first year I was on the server, I probably ran 700.
So
So
I'm looking at one guy. I won't say his name, but he's a 2,300 IR guy. He's ran 5 oval starts in 2026, and last year well, he didn't even run one last year on the asphalt. 2024 he ran 30.
can I guess?
Go ahead.
Is it Pogo?
It is. um. So yeah, I rating is not a great uh, um, judge of talent.
Yeah.
So
My 26 starts are 3 dirt oval and 1 dirt road. That's it.
the other thing,
Yeah, it's
go
just
ahead.
been something I've been looking at because I've been building my I rating recently. This year I actually I just got the season 1 Division 5 championship. I won that, so I've been watching it pretty close, and I'm trying to build it up there. So
I used to do it just to get like the weekly comp. Like if you ran like a certain amount each week, you can get like $5 iRacing credit, and I think if you could do it for 2 series, and it gives you $10 iRacing credit.
Yep.
yeah, I think
That's
I
what I
got
used to
7.
do. So
I thought that was pretty cool that they did that.
yeah,
I've never done that before, so I thought it was pretty cool when I figured out they did that.
I realized I rating
I
was
just
broke when we had a competitor raise his I rating 2,000 I rating in like 3 months by running nothing but draft masters.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's crazy. I could never do that. I suck at the drafting tracks. I
they're
feel
all
like
right.
it's helped clean up my racing though. I feel like the officials have.
Yeah, it's nice to get out there with other guys and get some laps in and just not run with just like the AI. Like I've done like sometimes when I practice, like that's what I'll do. I'll just throw the AI session up, but it's still not the same as just getting out there and like sometimes it's nice to have a guy that's a little squirrely and you have to like try to figure out a way to get around him. It's kind of nice to sometimes have that. So the officials are a nice little tool, and especially like yeah, like you said.
Yeah, probably the most helpful thing I use is I use Garage 61 for every track we go to. That's my baseline for our lap times and stuff. So, and it's good for looking to see how other guys are running it and setups.
I will say that next week I'll run a lot of officials. Well, I'll run all the NIS fixed I can because it's Kansas. So um, in between national practices, I'll run the NIS Kansas races just to get ready for the following week for our series season finale. You and I have talked a little bit, Grant. You plan on coming back for season 7? You said, right? At this point, that's your thought
Yeah,
process.
yeah, I think me and Tyler both plan on coming for season 7.
Um, you thought about when your schedule allows it, running on Thursday nights a little bit in the Elite Series.
I don't think I'll be able to make that happen right now, but maybe after about July or so I can start trying to do it. I don't think I can do it full time right now with work.
Well, still go in and get your numbers saved though. Okay, go in there and roster and
Okay,
save
I'll
your
go ahead
number
and do that.
because even if you only race once in a while, we want you to have your numbers. So the the current cup drivers have until Monday to save their go in there and say they want their numbers saved. So um, I fully expect, especially during the summer, that this is going to be a series that guys hit and miss on. I know guys have vacations and work, and listen, there's all kinds of things to do in the evenings in the summertime. So I really, we're doing this Thursday night deal just to get it going. It locks in the broadcaster, it gets things going. I really, I'm looking at 2026 as just kind of like a test run of it, and then we'll really get it cranked up when the season starts next year. Um, and we're gonna follow the whole NASCAR schedule next year. And yes, Jeff Pogo, if you're listening, I will next year put at least 1 or 2 road courses on it. So, I gave the guy Bathurst in this Sunday night series this summer, and now he's beating me up over Thursday night and wanting a road course in that. So, but yeah,
I think it seems like pretty cool league to be in. So I think I'll definitely try and run more because I like the what they call the super speedways or whatever. So I feel like I may try and do the Bush series too, but I'll just have to see about that. So try and broaden my horizons with racing other stuff.
and I don't know what your Tuesday
I've been
night's looking like, but we might have something else there in the next week or so. So Tuesday nights may have
okay.
a series also.
Stay tuned, folks. But
Want to give you a chance to give any shout outs you have, any sponsors, family,
yeah,
friends, whoever you want to thank.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my girlfriend and then my family for watching and supporting me through all this, and of course you all for putting it on, and the broadcaster, uh, and all my teammates, so Tyler, Evan, and Chris.
And you have a sponsor too, right? That is
Yeah,
near.
Muscle Poodles.
Yeah, you better get that one in there, right? Because that's kind of important to you, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's my mom.
That's why I'm kind of
hey,
proud of you because
I like the paint.
I'm
I
sure
like the
mom will
paint
be
scheme.
listening to this at some point, so I want to make sure you get a shout out to mom in there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love the paint scheme.
It's
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
it's a
super
sharp cut.
excited about it.
yeah, that's a great paint.
Happy to get my first ever league win and with this paint scheme, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll next your next one. I'll make sure we get a picture of the other side of the car, but you got to make sure you clear second place by a car link. I
Yeah,
so
I thought that
I
was
got
pretty funny.
I mean, both sides of the car look great. I mean, I kind of like up a little beat up, little character on the car, but
Oh
you
yeah.
know, you
Um,
earned
Yeah.
it, and yeah, it was a great, it was a great win.
was your family watching
Thank
the
you.
race live on the broadcast? Because I know there was people in there rooting for you in the broadcast during the race.
Yeah, I've got like I don't know, probably 5 to 10 people watching.
Who do you think mom roots for most? I'm not gonna put you in that spot. I'm joking.
I think both of us. She was rooting for me more that race though. I do know that. She wanted to see the first win, so
Yeah.
Is that your first league
yeah.
win ever?
Yes, a league that I've been in. I did look back in Sim Racer Hub, and apparently I had another league win, but I think it was just like one of the random things that got thrown up or something. And they're calling it a league.
Really, I did not realize you hadn't won in your other Sunday league. I never would have. The way you run over there on Sunday afternoons, I never would have guessed that you hadn't won there.
No, yeah, Tyler's won like I think 9 or 10 times. I've yet to win over there, so I've come close. I just it seems like I always get taken out or something. So
It's coming
or I just
because
or
you
my
run good.
my tires are just not there at the end of the race. So
Well, you beat him to the punch over here, buddy, and
Yeah.
yeah, you're 1-0 over on 802. We're gonna count the other score.
And now
It's
that I
1-0 over here.
now that I know that was your first league win ever, you were way too clean on him. You should have door slammed the hell out of him coming to the line. I mean, that's the first
uh,
win. you should have
uh
you should have put some donuts on that thing.
yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to listen to him after that though. Sitting right there behind me, he'd get up.
Oh, you guys are in the
We'd have
same
some,
room, Finland?
yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah,
boy.
we're less than 5 feet apart. We were yelling at each other at the end. He was updating me because he told me he was catching, and he said if I told him he gets the chance, just go on around. I understand.
Who's older and by how
I
much?
just had I was definitely getting nervous there at the end for that
So we
one.
do
So
have one opportunity. It sounds like for a pit fight after the race.
Yeah.
There's, there's
yeah,
one set of drivers that could end up in a pit fight.
we may have to get the webcam going,
There you go.
Yeah.
so that
If
could be
that happens, make
seen.
sure you turn that on.
Who is
Yeah.
Grant? Who's older and by how much?
I'm older by 2 minutes.
Eh, yeah, you're the older brother. You can door slam him then. That's all good. It's all fair. So,
Oh yeah.
well, I want to thank you for coming on. I know we were a little late getting in here because we had John Ross on. John, just to explain to people and explain to you, John wasn't sure he was gonna make it, and then he popped in just before we were getting ready to bring you on. So um, that was why that got kind of jumbled a little bit. But I want to thank you for being patient and waiting, and it was good to get you on. And at some point, we'll have to get you and Tyler on together.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me, and I understand that about him jumping in front. I was listening to it, so I was interested to hear what everyone was saying. So
So, and who knows? Maybe if things work out, we get to racing then some next week at Nashville. I think there's probably a 50-50 shot at that. So that'd be good.
yeah, that'll be pretty cool. So I like running against all the guys in this league. It's been a lot of fun so far.
And we're glad to have you. And look forward to
Yeah,
you and
you've been
Tyler and your team being over here.
yeah, great addition
Thank
to the league, and
thanks for inviting
looking
us.
forward to looking forward to many more races with you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully many more seasons.
Oh yeah,
Well, I can
we'll
tell
be
you,
here.
we don't plan
We
on
will
going
be
away.
here.
Um,
Yeah.
we've invested, a lot of time into this, and I feel like we're at the point where it's really starting to pay off. We're starting to really pick up some momentum. So, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing and just promoting clean racing with integrity, and um, just keep bringing guys in. So if you know some clean racers that want a place to race and race clean and race hard, let Brandon or I know, and we'll get him in here.
Yeah, and like Grant said, don't be afraid of the old I rating, because I don't that's just the number, as Rob said. Also, like Grant just came in here and kicked everybody's butt. So
And you do realize you beat two former pro drivers, right?
No, who are the
Mike Kelly used to be on the Coke Series, and
was it Joe Hudson or
Doug
no?
Tolman.
Chad
Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. I did not know that. So
Yeah. So
Yeah, so some really good competition that yeah, like you showed up and obviously you raced clean, you got respect, and like yeah, you're a great addition to the league, and so is your brother. I'm sure he's listening.
I didn't tell anyone I was doing this yet, so I'll have them come listen to it. So, but
Had to
yeah,
listen back first and be like, yeah, I did do that podcast actually.
yeah.
Okay, bud.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we got to split because Brandon and I are 3 minutes late for our bush race. So
Yeah, we got
Yep.
bush racing to go to. So if you're
I'll talk
bored,
to you
Grant,
later.
you could jump on.
yeah, we can send you an invite. You want an invite?
Yeah, go ahead and send the invite, but I probably won't run this one.
Okay.
So,
It's
yeah,
at Atlanta, so
okay.
later. Have a good night.
You
All
too.
right, buddy.
Night. Bye.
That was a good show, Brandon.
Yeah, it was a good one.
And I am probably not racing tonight. I'm gonna log in, so at least I have the replay. But I have been up since midnight, so
Yeah.
I said that last week, and we only had 13 cars, but there's no way I can this week. So you're gonna be racing, right? So you can admin.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
be there, and I'll admin it up.
Okay. So thanks for listening. We'll be back next Friday night to go over the results of this week's bush race and this week's race, one of the final round of the playoffs at Atlanta. So have a good night,
See you next week, everybody.
and we'll see you next week.